Hello, and welcome to the Bear Experiment podcast. I'm Monica Clavijo, and today's special guest is the very talented Ramsey Petersson. Artist, fashion designer, musician, and artist management. Welcome to the show, Ramsey.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to share some of your insights on the industry. Very exciting. Very excited to have you here. So you started in the fashion industry, right? That's kind of like where your creative juices started flowing.
Yes.
At a very young age.
No, actually, I was a late bloomer, and it was kind of like by accident because I never set out to be a fashion designer.
Okay.
My sister was a model. She used to model at John Casablancas, and they had graduation fashion shows for the 1920s. And so I said, well, I'll design your dress. I mean, I can draw, but I never went to art school or anything. But my grandmother was an haute couture designer and seamstress. So I always used to watch her.
Okay.
And so, I just used to watch her and knew that I could do it when it was time, Mm-hmm.
So you grew up watching your grandmother,
Yes.
sewing and just, creating fashion.
Yes, absolutely. And
Did you help her?
No, I cannot sew nothing.
So you're just the creative vision behind
yeah.
the final product.
Jade sews. My sister Jade, she could sew, but I can't because of full disclosure, and it's okay to say it, I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
And people who have problems with like mechanical stuff,
Sure.
reading sheet music and things like that. So that's why sometimes I can't put stuff together, but I could draw it and I could say, this is what I want, So
when you started helping your sister,
her being a model, yeah.
when she was becoming a model with her fashion clothing, and you were kind of giving her a look and helping her out with that, from watching your grandmother, what method did you use then in order for you to start executing the fashion since you weren't sewing? Like, how were you learning to draw since you never went to school? It was just, it all came to you naturally?
Yeah. I can't explain it, and I think that's what happens to some people with certain, I don't like to say disability, but with certain things that God gives you, and sometimes, you're lacking, is that where you make it up somewhere else.
You just see everything a little bit different.
I see and hear everything a little bit different.
Right.
And so it's like,
That's
it's
interesting.
amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
Like I can listen to a song and hear every single instrument playing independently. So that's something that a lot of people like, man, I wish I could do that, but no, you didn't wish how that happened to me,
right.
So,
Well,
there's plus and minuses. Let's put it this way.
Look where it's taken you, right? And
yeah.
and
And definitely.
And it's given you this growth in this industry where you're really evolving in so much for so many years. So you were in your 20s helping your sister out. Who were your inspirations as far as fashion designers when you were getting started?
Alexander McQueen.
Okay.
Definitely. Because he is a rule breaker. And since I have problems staying within the lines of like fashion, or you have to do the color of the moment, or you have to, your pieces have to be cohesive on the runway. I have a problem with that. One of them is rebellious, yeah, but another one is, I may not be feeling what everybody is, because our line is, I started a line with my sister, called Ramsey and Jade.
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
that was the line when she started modeling that you just developed together. It was a fashion brand that you guys developed together.
Yeah, that came a little bit after, but Alexander McQueen definitely
was the inspiration.
And all the Italian designers, pretty much Dolce & Gabbana. I love all the Italian designers.
Wasn't there a Netflix series that just came out with that it was of Alexander McQueen, or am I thinking?
Yeah, there might have been something, but
I know that I binged it. It was great.
another um interesting and very dear to my heart person was Gia Karanji, the supermodel who
yes.
died of AIDS.
Who looks just like Cindy Crawford, or
Cindy
Crawford
looked like her. They used to call Cindy Baby Gia.
I remember.
Because see, what happened was when Gia passed away, right when Gia passed, um, Cindy Crawford, she was just getting started. So her agents actually took her to all of Gia's photographers, Scavulo, all the photographers that had photographed, because she did look a little bit like and resemble that look
Do
of
you
Gia.
think that one of Cindy Crawford's? I was a big Cindy Crawford fan growing up. Do you think that one of her, one of what helped her grow to the level that she did, other than the fact that she's gorgeous and an intelligent woman, was because she resembled Gia so much? Do you think that that was a stepping stone for her as a fashion supermodel?
Maybe, but I don't think that Cindy Crawford would be the same if she didn't have the mole. I love it, and I think that that's
I agree.
different.
That was kind of her.
That was
what made
kind
her
of like
stand
the
out.
thing, and it was something like where models still today need to be perfect, need to be this height, this a runway model needs to be 5'9",
Right.
but also Kate Moss is one of my
I
favorites.
was gonna say, right? She was like 5'8".
She's 5'7". Kate Moss is 5'7".
She was the wave, kind of
and
hippie.
she did Alexander McQueen,
Yeah.
and she did shows for Calvin Klein user, and I think it was Calvin, if I'm not mistaken, that kind of brought her up.
I think so, right? With
I
the
think
Calvin
that,
jeans,
yeah,
when
brought
it was
her up,
her and Marky Mark, right?
something like that.
Yeah, where they were doing the commercials. I think that's what really elevated her fame.
And like, he didn't care that she was 5'7". So see, like, I don't care if my models don't look like the standard, because again, I'm a rule breaker,
You're a rebel.
I'm like that. And Alexander McQueen was like that. And there's a story where I fell in love with him. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I would do that. Was when he was tailoring, I think it was Princess Charles jackets, or somebody in the royal family,
Okay.
their suit. He wrote in the lining of the suit, he wrote obscenities inside the lining
No
of the
way.
suit. So when the suit got delivered, they were like, F you, or whatever, the monarchy, or whatever, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know what he wrote, because
Yeah.
they never said it, but that's one of the things I did. I definitely like that guy, and I like his stuff. So, so
That was one of your main inspirations.
And
Okay.
Gia Karanji, I work with her foundation for AIDS and opiate, awareness.
Right,
AIDS
because
awareness.
she was a heavy drug user, heroin, right? And that's how she contracted AIDS.
Yeah, with dirty needles and things like that,
Right.
But it was the mission of the foundation where I was a part of, where I debuted my collection, getting backed by her foundation,
Okay.
which Diane von Furstenberg sat on the board.
Okay.
So you know how it is in this business, that we need to get all the logos approved by legal, to have
Absolutely.
used on the flyer and this and that.
Nobody wants legal ramifications.
No. So we got it approved, which means Diane Furstenberg probably saw my portfolio.
Okay.
And say, yeah, we're going to put the Gia name. We're going to give you guys access to the rose, to the yellow rose, to the logo of the foundation, and go have a show. So we debuted in for charity for the our debut collection to the world, which was my sister and I, Ramsey, me.
Do you remember what year this was?
Oh, yes, like it was yesterday, because these things don't happen.
I remember the day, the time.
Yeah, something like that. It was June 23, 2007 in South Beach at the Fifth nightclub.
Oh, wow.
It was packed the house. So it was a perfect venue for us. because coming to a Ramsey and Jade show, you're not gonna sit in the front row, and
You're not going to be bored.
You're not gonna clap, and you're not gonna be all proper. No, we encourage you to have, well, if you can't do your hair like this, do a little, be your own style,
be an individual, right?
be your own style, and rock with us. And coming to one of our shows is like coming to a rock concert. And
Oh
then
wow, I wish I would have been there.
I wish you would have been there too. And then like 3 months later, we ended up at New York Fashion Week, which is crazy because you debut in June and New York is calling you in September. New. I've never been there. I'm like, but I never thought I didn't belong.
You fit in. You fit in
Yeah.
from the very beginning.
I remember
home.
it was so funny because when they called me, how it works is you're in one of the tents and they have the model, they have all the productions, they have all the models there for you, they have the hair and makeup and stuff like that. And my first question to them was, can I bring my own models? Can I bring my core Miami girls that have been with me? You know why? Because it's important for them to also have on their resume that they walked New York Fashion Week.
Absolutely.
You
What,
know?
what an amazing accomplishment to have that on your resume.
So we just all like told them, coming New York Fashion Week, are you coming? Let's go. And we all got up. I think we crashed American Airlines that day, the site, but we got amazing, we got like a $99 round trip flight. I don't know how that happened. God intervention, because it's
Sometimes
like
higher power has
New
steps
York,
in.
New York, it's like yes, 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 yes. So Fire the Girls, my core models came with me, and it's like it was a venture, and we had the hotel parties. I even had my makeup artist from here. That he was in New York. He was in New York, but it was his day off. He was coming to see the thing. But when I saw the makeup and the hair that they were gonna do for us, they came up to me.
You called them right away. I need your help.
They came up to me and they say, with a magazine, they're like, "This is what we're gonna do for your hair and makeup." And I kid you not, I got up and I ripped it and I said, "No. I'm gonna call my own hair and makeup."
Oh, you pulled a Nancy Pelosi on that, on
So
everybody there.
I called him. I go, "Hey guy, I know that you're gonna be in the audience tonight, but I need you to work because they want to do some crazy stuff that's like whack. Not that we're not, and that's it was great, and I have some pictures of that backstage.
I've seen some of the pictures that you've posted
Yes.
of that on your social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
Yeah,
It
the
was really
fashion
beautiful.
never sleeps. I can always tell you that fashion never sleeps.
So let's jumpstart a little bit into your music ventures. You're also a musician,
Yes.
and you're an artist manager as well.
Yes.
What do you do as a musician? What is your core?
As a musician, I started actually I have a picture holding a guitar, and I have pretty good form
Okay.
when I was 4.
Okay.
So it came to me before
Another thing
fashion.
that just came naturally to you.
Before fashion, and I was in a music conservatory at the age of 9 to the age of 19, but there's where like some of the dyslexia, I finished my conservatory work, but during like, let's say the recitals or something, they would let me do my own songs.
Okay.
Because I was a songwriter. So, they kind of let me do that. And that was, okay, great, thanks, or else I wasn't able to participate without messing up 50 times because it's hard for me to read lines and spaces because of the dyslexia part,
Right.
the notes. So then I was able to pick up a second instrument there for free. So I picked up the bass.
Okay.
And then at 16, I formed my rock band. Well, by 14,
So you had a rock band.
by 14, I formed my rock band.
And what was the name of your rock band?
By 16, it was Ramsey, Petersson, and the Kamikazes.
Okay.
Florida's own suicide bombers. At 16. Yeah. And we recorded. I produced. I wrote all the songs and I produced the songs.
Okay.
And I made the guy sing back up. Oh, we don't sing. You're singing. Yeah, that's kind of like.
And did you create any albums while you were
No, I
doing your
was in
music
a
at 16?
compilation. I have a song that's on Spotify, I believe.
What's the name of the song?
It's So Hard.
Okay. It's So Hard?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about trying to reach somebody and always missing them and not timing again is the thing I always talk about, and not being able to reach them, and it was on a compilation in the 90s, I'd like to say.
Okay.
In the 90s, of 10 of the best bands in Miami, 10 of the hottest bands in Miami,
Okay.
and I'm the only solo female artist on it.
Oh, wow. And it's available on Spotify, you said?
The single, yeah, it's called It's So Hard.
Okay.
All
All right. So everybody knows that on Spotify you can find her single, It's So Hard. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to tune in to hear that one.
And parental advisory, because I say the F word.
Oh, it's okay. Everybody says the F word nowadays. You were ahead of the times back then. They weren't doing it as much, or they were doing it behind the scenes, not so
Yeah.
much on camera. So, as a musician, you've also been representing the very lovely and talented Bailey Dixon, who happens to be a country artist, which is music that I am completely fascinated and obsessed with.
Yes.
And I started following her because of you
Thank
on her
you.
social media.
Thank you for
and
the
following her
support.
music a little bit, and I love her. I love her look. I love her vibe. So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you guys developed this business partnership and what's the direction that you guys are headed in with her music?
Okay. We're trying to get everything together. It's like a puzzle, so we're building something together. And we met in Nashville, and we just met because she went on for a music conference there where they had like several speakers about different things, about music productions, about songwriting. They had songwriting sessions, and she was there.
Okay.
So we didn't know each other at all. And I was there to see if I could find a producer to help. I'm a producer, but because of the dyslexia problem, to see if I could find somebody with a studio that I could, bond with, because I'm working on a pop project now.
Okay.
You're
You're a busy girl.
Yeah. And because I do my own stuff. So a pop project, kind of like Gwen Stefani, Pink, that vibe, And all of a sudden, there was a food truck that was supposed to come and then never came. And Bailey was there attending, and she was like going outside with another, one of the other attendees. And they're like, darn, where's that food truck? We can't find the food truck. She says I do a really good country western.
Where is she from originally?
Georgia.
Okay.
So I'm coming back here, kind of like with the R belt, I'm like rock and roll.
That's a great looking belt, by the
Thank
way.
you.
I
She
absolutely
loves
love
She
it.
says it wouldn't be Ramsey without the R belt. That's Bailey saying it. So it's kind of like I'm coming here and I'm delivering the bad news. I kind of overhear. I'm hearing like, food truck. You guys are going to be waiting forever for that food truck. That food truck is coming tomorrow. What? So they both turned around, and it was a really cool meeting, and it was a very nice place where everybody kind of gelled with everybody. Like everybody was cool, wanting to help everybody.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know you, but if you're here, I know you're good people.
Gotcha.
Because they're selective about the people that go there.
Right.
It's not like thousands of people go there. It's like 300 people go there, and you're like, you want to go, you got to be in their circle.
Okay.
So nothing. We just decided, we hopped in the car and we went to Panera Bread because, I mean, I didn't never been to a Panera, crazy or not, but I want to see what they have.
Did you love it?
Yeah, I liked it because they had
Who
turkey.
doesn't?
I like it because they had turkey. So anyway, because I eat healthy. And so like we just like started talking. We each started talking about our music. The lady that was with us did like a gospel type stuff. So we were like listening to her music, and Bailey was just coming off a win from the National Academy International Country Music Songwriter Awards.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah, she had been coming off a win from there, and she's like, and she had a song which was Georgia Love, so she played her song. So we all played our songs, and I didn't play my song, but I played another song that I produced for another artist.
Okay.
And they're like, I'm just here. I'm going to be writing tunes for like pop artists, this and that, you know. I have no interest. I have no interest in managing anyone. I'm retired from management. But Bailey's little wheels were turning, you know. That I know. That I mean, I didn't know it at that time, you know. And she's like, "Oh, really? You're not going to manage anybody anymore?" But so we didn't talk about that. You know, I was very impressed with her. And it was just something really cool where a lot of stuff had to come together. So
you guys had a lot of similarities and things in common, and you certainly saw or had a vision for the direction that her music, that you can help her with her music to launch it into the country music culture, right?
Yeah, I had to check her out. Like, I'm here like, let me see more about this girl. You know, I get home, see what happened was her car broke down, and she'll tell you about it. Like, it was a big drama. She had to get it towed. She'd never been on a plane.
Oh, wow.
So she had to get it towed she's from Georgia, from Nashville to Georgia, get the car there because it broke. It was undrivable.
Yeah.
She'd never been on a plane.
She's a young girl, right?
Yeah, she had to leave early. But we kept like texting because it was like we had an instant connection where it was kind of like, I wanted to make sure that you're okay. You know, she was at the airport. She was texting me, you know, like, 'cause she's never been in that situation. Right. So I'm here like guiding her, you know, this is what you do, this and this, you know, you're in the right place, you know, and stuff like that. And then like a week passed by, I'm home, I'm cooking and, you know, I think I get a phone call. Hey, how are you? This and that. It's Bailey. Oh, hey, how are you? You know, so we just started talking. And I remember I'm here like, Bailey, do you want me to manage you? And before I let it out,
she said yes.
She would like jump and said,
absolutely.
Yes. So I'm here like, if I manage you, you have to do everything I tell you. And if you're out of line, I'm going to tell you. If you ever stray, you know, I'm going to tell you. But you got to do exactly as I said, you know. And then she could tell you, whenever, you know, you see her.
Well, one of the plans for the near future,
right.
She's going to be traveling to Miami, and we're definitely going to have an episode where we're going to have Bailey on the show along with Ramsey. And we can kind of interact with both of them together and ask a little more about her music at that time. So where can we hear some of her music on, you know, so that
she's on all streaming platforms. She's on Apple, Spotify, everything, Deezer, all the streaming platforms. And the song is called Georgia Love.
Okay, Georgia Love
by Bailey Dixon. And if you need to do a search, you know, a Google search, you could do that. Georgia Love by Bailey Dixon. And then the second single is called Case Closed.
Case Closed?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have some of that information also in the details. Well, I'm really looking forward to meeting her and definitely seeing her development in music. She seems very talented, and I know with your backing, she's going to go very far in the business. I know that she's in good hands with you.
We feed off each other. You know, our energy, I cannot even explain that. But, you know, she said that we had to be together doing this, you know. So
crossing our fingers.
That's what she told me.
Yeah.
So I'm, you know, I am like, I'm ready to go. and we're working with different people. And she also does crossover music. Crossover would be like a hip hop country type thing.
Okay.
She could rap a little, you know.
Hey,
So,
package deal. You
yeah,
know,
she could rap a little.
You can appeal to a little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. That may be the next single coming out would be a crossover.
Okay. And are you helping her? Are you writing music for her?
No, she writes her own songs. She's
Okay.
written over 1,000 songs,
Okay.
and she's a songwriter. She's a singer-songwriter, and she'll call me. Can I sing something to you? And I go, yeah, go ahead. And then I'll tell her, yeah, it sounds good. Or I'll tell her, hey, rework this.
Give her a little bit of direction.
Yeah, but no, she's all music, you know. She writes her own music.
Well, excited to meet her.
Well, have you seen some of the pictures from the pictures in the hotels and some of the videos? We have a whole lot of fun. We're not in the same state, but when we get in the same state together,
It goes down.
We can't stop laughing.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. That's great. That's definitely a good partnership. So to end today's episode, you mentioned earlier to me that you had a meeting or you met Gwen Stefani.
Yes.
You have to share that story with us.
I met Gwen Stefani in Las Vegas, and when she had her residency, and again, like lucky, I don't know, you know, divine intervention. It was right before COVID. So I was at her concert. Well, let me get to the part. I had a friend that's there like, hey, I know you like Gwen. I'm here, like, come on. I can introduce you to her, you know? So, heck yeah, I'm going to fly. I flew just like a short 2-day overnight trip. I called my friends in Hollywood because I had something to give her because it was Gwen Stefani's birthday. You know, around the same dates, and I had something to mail, but it has to be mailed from somebody reputable in the business
In order for her to receive it.
because I've had
Sure.
my products in Golden Globes bags,
Right.
Okay, my wallets and things like that, my accessories, and some of Golden Globes. So I used the same people and told her exactly where Gwen was, and sent over the stuff, and they sent a package. So when I get there, it's like my friends are like, come on, let's go. Okay, this is the red carpet, you know. So we're in the Vegas residency, the red carpet, and she comes out. Gwen comes out, and I'm just standing there. So I'm here like, I always used to say, if I ever met Gwen Stefani, I would pass out and miss the moment. But I did not pass out and miss the moment. I held it together, and it was like, because she's a fashion icon too.
Absolutely.
And a musician. And a
really
rock and roll
is.
musician.
Absolutely.
So I do rock and roll and I do fashion. So when she came out, the first thing she told me was, well, you look cute. That's what she told me. So I'm figuring I got this whole fashion thing right when Gwen Stefani's telling me.
Absolutely.
I was wearing like a Ted Baker, fuchsia shirt. I had the hair and I had the belt.
Oh, but that belt alone.
And I had the belt. So, you know, so that's how we met. And we just chit-chatted for like a minute because I didn't want to, you know, talk about and be, you know, just weird. Mm-hmm. And I just told her, you know, we have a couple of things in common. You're a musician and a fashion designer, and I'm a musician and a fashion designer, and we both do rock and roll.
Right.
You know, I would have told her back then, you know, oh, you have your partner, is a country artist, and somebody I'm managing is a country artist,
Absolutely.
you know? But so we're like, Bailey and I always joke around, like, we're like Blake and Gwen, personality wise.
Right.
You know, because she's rock and, you know, and doesn't do.
Yeah, they are. They're opposites.
Yeah, opposites.
But yet they click.
Yeah, and we're like that. So when Gwen Stefani asked about the package, I had told her, I sent you something for your birthday. She told her assistant, she's there like, did you get Ramsey's, you know, a package? No, we never got it.
They never sent it?
No, they sent it. The people at the hotel, the guys at the hotel, rejected the package.
No way.
So the package was traveling down, God knows where. It traveled Vegas more than I did. So that's the running joke. So then now I have a great contact, which is by the package getting lost. It's kind of like now I have really good contact with Gwen Stefani because they finally, her assistant.
Higher intervention stepped in.
Again. So her assistant, like Gwen told her, get Ramsey's info. We're going to track that package down. And when I was at the airport, her assistant calls me, hey, we got it. So,
that goes to show you her humbleness, right?
Yes,
at
she
the
is.
level of stardom that she's at.
She's amazing.
With her success.
The same way you
for
see
her to
her-
go out of her way to do that. Not
Yeah.
many people would.
No.
At that level, not many people would.
No,
They're too stuck in
and-
their own egos.
And the same way, as nice as you see her, like on The Voice, she's trying not to hurt anybody. That's her.
Yeah, it's not a front.
That's her. She's just like that. She's home like that, so.
Well, that's a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
That's fun. So, Ramsey, thank you very much for joining us on the Bear Experiment podcast. We are really looking forward to meeting your country talent. Okay, Bailey, you guys can see her again. She does have a social media,
Yeah.
Instagram account, correct?
Yeah, it's at Bailey BAI_ALLI.
Right.
God, I got that right off top of my head. I can't believe it.
So
You
she
know.
is on Instagram. She's documenting her travels and her music on her Instagram account. You can check out some of her music on the platforms that Ramsey mentions, and we'll be having an episode with her very soon. But thanks again, Ramsey, for being with us
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.